Hello everyone, I'm the cadet Dr. Ceño, and in this video I will be discussing about how I came up with my answers about age word problem, mixture problem, and distance rate and time problem. Now let's discuss age word problem. Jethro is twice as old as Carl, and Jade is 16 years older than Carl. That was 6 years ago. Jethro was 13 less than 6 times Carl's age. How is Jade now? How old is Jade now? So by the problem we are looking for Jade's present age. So here in this table we can see about the equation of their age. Now let's solve this equation step by step. From equation 2, we can simplify it to y, which represents Jade's age, and c, which represents Carl's age, plus 22, which is from equation 2, by substituting equation 2. Now substitute j, which is Jethro's age, from equation 1 into equation 3, and that is 2c minus 6 is equals to 6c minus 36 minus 13. Simplified is negative 4c is equals to negative 43. And you will come up with Carl's age, which is 10.75. Now substitute c into equation 1 to find j, or Jethro's age. J is equals to 2 multiplied by 10.75, which is c, which we discovered was Carl's age earlier. After multiplying, we will come up with the answer of Jethro's age, which is 21.5. Finally, substitute c into the equation for y in order to find out Jade's age. Y is equals to 10.75 plus 22. If we add these two numbers, we'll come up with 32.75. Therefore, Jade is currently 32.75 years old. That's how I came up with the H word problem. Now let's move on to the next problem, which is a mixture problem. It goes like 80 liters of a 40% alcohol solution is mixed with 120 liters of a 30% alcohol solution. What is the concentration of the mixture? We'll be using the mixture formula, which is C sub 1 and V sub 1 plus C sub 2 and V sub 2 is equals to C sub g and V sub g. So in order to find out C sub g and V sub g, you have to add C sub 1, V sub 1 to C sub 2 and V sub 2. Next is to substitute the variables with C representing the acid solution, with C representing the acid solution. So C represents the acid solution and V represents as the volume. So if we substitute these variables, we'll come up with 40% multiplied, I don't know, 40% 80 liters plus 30% 120 liters. So if we add these two variables, we'll find out the value of V sub 3. To know V sub 3, you have to add V sub 1 and V sub 2. 80 liters plus 120 liters is equal to 200. Therefore, V sub 3 is equals to 200. Next is to multiply C sub 1 and V sub 1 and C sub 2 and V sub 2. 40% multiplied by 80 liters is equal, and then 30% multiplied by 120 liters is 3,200, which is the product of 40% plus 80 liters, and 3,600, which is the product of 30% times 120 liters, and with the value of V sub 3 is 200. Next step is to add 3,200 and 3,600 and divide it into V3, which has a value of 200. If we add if we divide these two numbers with 200, we'll come up with 34%. Which, if we cancel out 200 from V3, then divide 680 with 200, will come up with 34%. Therefore, the concentration of the mixture is 34%. So if you add all these these two values, with the acid concentration and the volume, if you add these two variables together, the total concentration of the mixture is 34%. And that's how I found the answer for the mixture problem. Now moving on to the distance, rate, and time problem. Ross travels at its average speed of 3 miles per hour going to work. It takes him 2 hours to make the stop to make the return trip home, traveling at an average speed that is 10 miles per hour faster than his morning commute. How long does it take Ross to drive to work? So we are going to use this formula to solve this problem. D is equals to the V multiplied by time. If we substitute this variable, we'll come up with D is equals to 13. So 13 is from the 10 miles per hour faster from the usual 3 miles per hour. Um, the velocity going to work multiplied by 2, which is the amount of hours it takes him to make the return trip home. For the second part, we're gonna use his speed and the time that that's gonna take him home, which is 4 hours. Then we'll come up with the answer, which is D is equals to 26. We just multiplied, which was multiplied by 20, and the returning trip, which is 2 hours. By using this formula, we can solve this problem. So if we divide 26 and 3 by 3, we'll come up with the total time, which is 8.6 hours. Therefore, Ross takes 8.6 hours to drive to work. That's how I found out the answer in the distance, rate, and time problem. And thank you.